One of the main core fundamental aspects of MC Championship since the beginning is the multipliers in each game, where as the event progresses, each game will worth more points for the team's leaderboard. With this concept is deemed as very successful and is used in many other Minecraft events following the success of MCC. But what's the effects and why the multipliers are really something that revolutionize the Minecraft event space? It's yet another Halloween event of MCC 26. This time around, a very scary game of Parkour Warrior is back in rotation, with a more branching approach of the game itself. This really is an improvement for sure from the previous version. Other than that, wood blocks are now concrete blocks in Battle Box and to get to the side. Horn wall supposed ghost piston issues are now quote unquote fixed, and there's Halloween changes everywhere. Apart from that, let's talk about the multipliers. Now, why do I want to talk about multipliers in this video, you ask? Well, in this event, Rocket Speed Rush is somehow chosen as the 8th game instead of the fan favorite of Sands of Time. And that raises the question of why is it that some people may prefer Rocket Speed Rush over Sands of Time, or vice versa. And same goes for other events as well, and goes for, well, Game 7, Game 6, etc, etc. So, we come in full circle of the concept of multipliers in MC Championship. To recap on how multipliers work, as the event progresses, the multiplier will increase throughout the event. Game 1 being the base amount, Games 2 and 3 being times 1.5, Games 4 and 5 being times 2, Games 6 and 7 being times 2.5, and Game 8 being times 3. Now, this concept solves a problem that affects prior events greatly: the comeback potential. Now, if you have seen events like Minecraft Monday, Minecraft Saturdays, or even Minecraft Twitch Rivals that were hosted by Twitch themselves, you will see that the games do not have any multiplier at all. Instead, you play games and more games until you're done. With that, you will see people that are dominating really creating a gap between them and, well, lower placing pairs or teams in the event. This causes demotivation of not playing in future games, as lower placing pairs really can't come back to be in the running to win the event. With this in mind, MCC decided to implement this concept of multipliers for their event, and it really works out pretty well, as you now have a comeback potential to be in the top teams. Moreover, the concept of having the top 2 teams in the finale decider helps give more hope on potentially winning the event. So, combining those two concepts, the multipliers, the top 2 teams, really help the motivation on trying to become victorious in the event. And as you may have seen, these two concepts have now become a norm for other events. Block Wars, yes, I am saying the name now, has multipliers. Pandora's Box also has them. Minecraft Mayhem, Minecraft Mania, Fruit Wars even, or even other events I didn't mention, now have multipliers as the main core aspect of the event. Essentially, if you're in the Minecraft event space, you will see multipliers everywhere for each event, and that it helps on creating that same comeback potential vibe that is on MCC to those events. Same goes with the concept of the top 2 teams in the finale as well, with all of those events. This concept is really a core now in the event space, and if you run or host events, you will have to think about this concept in mind. But the thing is, I've only discussed the positive aspects so far about the multipliers. But are there any cons when it comes to this concept? The concept of multipliers has a key disadvantage, also relating to morale and chemistry, and that is the competitiveness from them. Yes, this concept now adds another layer to how the game is chosen, by strategizing on what order of games should be played. When putting too much thought into it, this may create a competitive atmosphere from thinking about them alone. Also, in addition to this, with later multipliers, you'll be wanting safe games if you're on top, or swing heavy games if you are in contention for the top teams, which also adds another layer on strategizing as well. But does this really matter though? Well, it depends. You see, some teams follow the same pattern of getting games they are not confident at out first, and having games they are confident at in the later half. Some teams may also just go with the flow, and some teams may prefer the opposite of the pattern I've just mentioned, albeit adjusting it a little bit so that they still have some confident games at the end. There are many approaches as to how teams would deal with the multipliers, and the competitiveness from them depends if the teams draw on them a lot or not. Another thing to point out as well is that this concept causes tension in the event. With higher multipliers comes more tension and pressure on doing well in the event. This really doesn't help in players' mentality at all. If they really care about the event too much, or that they wanting to do well in the event. Same goes with the team vibes as well. That's another key point, to say the least. At the end of the day, multipliers are now a formula to successful events and to make the event more enjoyable in a way. It can be weird now if there's events with no multipliers, but really it depends on the design of the event and what do you want to do in your event. So, multipliers are here to stay in MCC and in the event space. But are there any other ways or things to revolutionize the event space more? We shall see in the future. Next time, it's time to take a look at the event-focused streamers and YouTubers and how they are really influential in the MCC space, both the event itself and the community. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Revolution. This is somewhat of a back to basic, going back to the core aspects of MCC. There will be more of this, like discussing more of the concept and such in future Evolution episodes, so be sure to stick up for that. But again, Evolution is very fluid and it depends on like the event as well, aspect in some sort of way. So yeah, next time we're gonna take a look at event focused streamers. We are following the numbered events, by the way, so 26, and we're gonna go to 27, even though it is a half canon. I'm just gonna go with the numbers aspects anyway. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at event focused streamers. It will be fun indeed. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Keep on watching the show. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.